3 years in making of this success journey. Why I would say 3 years? Now Sudha is thinking he's my student. How Amir is saying when 3 years he's new student. I'll tell you Sudha. 3 years back, Deepak reached me back when my program fees was $499. He said your program is expensive. Then he reached with 699. Still the program was expensive. Finally, he took the courage. He joined. He paid 899. I don't give discount. Whatever the price is. So, but finally, it was needed for him. He joined the program. But what a man! I would say a man, a myth, a legend, a certified PMP, and it has been a beautiful journey. Yesterday, he was sharing me behind the scenes, and it actually got tear in my eyes. A journey that need to be shared. It's not a journey. I would say it's a love story, right? So it's a beautiful love story that I really want to share with you. Deepak, congratulations on clearing PMP exam. So Deepak, if you can share the journey, your entire journey, please go ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, to start with, I was actually waiting for this moment. There were a lot of motivation factors because the first video that I saw with you when I started the class was you sent me something regarding
Arm's retirement
stakeholder
the
management was the one that
generosity
you
of
mentioned.
his spirit in the ring.
So no problem.
Sorry for that. I guess my one of my tabs are open. Yeah, go ahead.
That's all. Okay, so stakeholder engagement or stakeholder management was the first process where motivation factors, which I was going through it, and then I was also seeing a lot of success journey on your social media platforms, which I came to know. Most people were interested on to come into this session where they share their stories. And the thing about it is, first thing, it's not common for everyone to have a social media presence, or even I do not know how many people would have uh, come in front of a camera and talked about what they feel in their life. They would just see the videos going on. But this is my first opportunity to talk to someone online, and I believe it's going to be somewhere on the online platform as well. So to get that opportunity, I have to pass that exam. So that was one of my motivation factors. And coming down to my journey itself, so the moment it started, it was sometime in 2022, I believe. I couldn't be exactly sure because I don't have records on that, but I do remember I had a call with you, and it was just simple call. How much was the cost? It was so high, and then that's it. I vanished. Then I was going through some records. So this is from 2023, the first message that I sent after looking at one of your LinkedIn posts that I'm interested, I want to do it. And again, things went. So he gave me some videos on agile. I started liking it. I was going through it. Again, the problem comes in money. But at that point of time, the price was much higher. Then I again reached out to you in 2024. I have a full record of that. 2024, we went through it. Meanwhile, from the time that I met you, since by the time I joined your class, I've already gone through most of your course because I'm one student that I join your coaching classes even when I'm not your student. I stay there. I attend all the classes, and I remember I all the questions that I answered was wrong before I was a student. So whenever I come to the coaching class, I see every time when I answer a question, it'll be a wrong question. Then that's when I started, okay. So, and then I also saw your students answering it correctly. Then I got that confidence to, okay, let me jump in there. And meanwhile, I was also getting older, and I had a thought in my mind, like before I become 30, I want to complete PMP. So this year I became 30. Unfortunately, I couldn't accomplish that exactly, but almost I did it. So this October I became 30. By December I was able to clear PMP. And
Everything we do is off the theory.
in 2025, when I wanted to do this PMP, again the problem was budget. So I did not have money to do it. I've been switching between jobs, and there were a lot of moving that I was doing within Canada from different places, so I couldn't settle. And meanwhile, my wife was pregnant. So she was almost 3 months pregnant in the month of June, July. And that's when I had the guts. Okay, I want to do it. And I was talking to my wife that I wanted to do it, and at the same time, she also had a discussion with another with a place because she loves cooking and she wanted to do it or uh, she wanted to monetize it. So she was looking for some jobs here and there. Luckily, everything happened at the same time. So I told her that I want to go do PMP, and I told her what's the cost. This is much. This much is what I want. Then she called a specific store that she was in contact with, and they said, "I need a job, and I'm good at it. You can test my food, taste my food. If everything's okay." They said, "Okay, immediately come and join the place." And she's been following up with them for a year. They didn't have any opportunity to do it. Meanwhile, things happened, and she was able to join. While she was pregnant, she worked there as a cook, where she has to stand the whole time in front of hot what is it, hot oils, and she has to make vadas. So it's a South Indian restaurant. She has to make vadas, and per day the number of vadas is more than 350, 400 at top days. And I was surprised. Being pregnant, she did that, and she went for 2 months, and we had enough money, and she gave all the money to me and said, "Go do PMP." That's it, and then she quit the job. Simple as that. And now I had another thought, okay, more than getting into this call, now I have to pass the PMP because my wife has paid for it. And she has put a lot of energy. It's not only about doing it as a regular, it can be for everybody else. Everybody's wife or any other spouse will help them. But while she's being pregnant with all those physical emotions physical and mental emotions that she has to go through, she went there, she did. Do that work. She had swellings in her hand, so she couldn't do it after 2 months. But she still needed that money, so she somehow prolonged it, got that money, and then she quit it. And on top of that, she has to drive. She has not driven in Canada. Almost 2025, start of the year, she started learning driving classes, but she never took it serious. She said, "Why do I even need it?" So, but this job required that. So she took that one step. So every day morning, she has to wake up at 6 a.m., dress herself up. Uh, Maybe sometimes she makes some food for me, but I try to do it once or twice for her. She has to drive all the way 30, 35 minutes down to that store, work, and then come back and then take rest. So it was a really hard time for me. And I don't show it outside to her, but I know how hard it was for her to do this process. So when I was writing the exam, when I started the exam, I was confident um, to start with that, based on the process that I had, the classes that I went through, the marks that I've been given, I was confident. Okay. How much confident? I would say more than 90%. So that 10%, it always depends on the time management. That 10% is always a problem with me, that I'm really bad at managing time. Rather than that, I was so confident that I'm going to pass PMP. And the moment I started, the first 5, 6 questions, more than the questions being hard, I started having emotional thoughts behind me. Here, so I have invested this much time, this much money, this much energy, and then there are a lot of hopes behind me. So Sudha, my wife, Amar, like, and there are a lot of other people who are also going to be encouraged by me passing. It's not only me passing. So by seeing me, maybe another 10, 15 more people can go, okay. So he was with me in batch 6. I'm in batch 6, same time frame. It is still possible, so let me go do it. So all these emotional stuff started going in the first 10, 15 questions. And then I said, okay, I took a deep breath at that point. Okay. So to do all those things, I have to focus here. This 230 minutes is what I've got. I think 10 minutes are already gone. 220 minutes is all I've got to accomplish all those emotional thoughts. So I have to separate myself emotionally and then put my focus on to the exam and then continue doing it. Mainly the thing with that exam is uh, it's a stress machine, I would say. It's not about the question, it's not about the answers. It's a stress machine. The answer will be very simple. So you just have to find what is the best answer and answer it. And I had one mantra on my mind. What Amar would say is one is better than zero. The same way I had a mantra that whenever I feel nervous or when I had the fear of exam, even when I wanted to take the last marks, I had the fear. I have to get out of that fear, build my muscle for that exam. So I kept it for the last 2 days. I don't want to do it before. I kept it for the last 2 days. I did it. And I had a mantra for myself, which is the answer is in the question. That's all.
The answer is in the question.
Exactly. The answer is in the question. I don't have to go somewhere else find it. No, it's the answer is somewhere there in the question. It's not when I say question overall in the option there is somewhere. So it's not that I have to think a lot and do it. I just have to map those 4 options to the nearest to the question and apply the PMI skills to answer it. So that's how I was able to get out of my fear. So that was one fear of mine. Second thing was time management. Every time when we do mocks, the thing is we keep our own clocks. When I say own clocks, we keep it 80 minutes, 75 minutes, 70 minutes, and then we stop it. I put a 10 minutes timer on my phone, take a break, I come back. Again, I open the mock, do it again. But when it comes to the actual exam, the clock doesn't go on hours. It goes on minutes and it goes in reverse. And you did mention it in the class, and I know I'm really bad at time management. So what I did is I developed a small app for myself which can do the timer in reverse. It can do 230 and it starts counting backwards.
Like, what app can you put that further
No,
into?
I used ChatGPT and then I created a own script for myself and I loaded the script to PowerShell. I think I can put it on the chat how it looks.
Okay, you can share later. Okay, go ahead then.
Yeah. So I'll definitely share it. So I created a small app. It's a kind of a timer that runs on it. So anytime I open any exam, I just have to click start. 230 minutes to start counting backwards. So let's say I do 60, 60, 60. So at the end of 60, I just have to click pause, and then whatever timer it is there, it is going to be there, and I'll keep a 10 minutes break and go come back and then resume the timer. So I tried to mimic the exact scenario of what I'm going to have on the exam uh, onto my home when I was doing mocks. And to be very precise, as I'm bad at time management. I did not keep the time focused for 60 minutes. I kept myself a own timer for every 30 questions. So for every 30 questions, I should be somewhere between this time and this time. So I did a calculation at my home. I still have it. Just before going to the exam, uh, I wrote this just before the last night because my exam was at 8 a.m. Eastern. I went to sleep at 12, which was actually late. I had to start at early 5. So just before that night, I wrote this one here. If it is visible. So it says that 230 minutes. The next time I have to check the time is 195 when I was at 30 questions. And then 160, 120, 85, 50, 0. So these are all the best times. And then I also had so these are the optimistic times. And I also had a pessimistic time for it, saying 192.5, 155, 117, 80, 42.5, and then 0. So I did have a buffer. So whenever I see myself not good at the optimistic time, I would at least be good somewhere between the mean time of it. So I kept myself that reminder that helped me move through the exam. So it was time management is the best part. Was the hardest part for me, and this way I was able to manage it. I would say.
Hmm.
And on top of the exam, I did have one drag and drop on Tuckman's ladder. And no questions on form. No. I wouldn't say that. So there was one question on formula where it was on agile, saying some story points. The BAC was $5,000, 50% is complete. How much it would? It wasn't kind of straightforward. It just says during half of the sprint. So we just have to understand it is 50% of the sprint is completed, things like that. So that was the only question I had in terms of calculations.
Hmm. Okay. Yes, first of all, I just want to say, you have anything else, Deepak, you want to share?
No. I think I've summed up everything. This is what I had in mind. Maybe something that I missed. Question me, I'll answer it.
First of all, this round of applause for your wife, right? Like, this is just amazing. Now, people say love story. This is a love story.
True.
This is a true love story where a person sacrifice, take risk. You see, when she's standing, it's your first baby, right?
Yeah, she's my first baby.
I can
So
tell,
he is my first baby.
yeah. So I can tell that the first baby is the most important thing for all the moms. Even Sudha, being a mom, she knows her son can see. She can disagree, but they know the first baby is always the first one. Being a second son, I know that the first, yeah, the
No,
first,
it's first for everything. That's why
yeah.
first is so
Yeah,
special.
I know. Sudha will jump in and say, no, 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 no. We love all the same, but that's
No, no, you're right. I'm saying that it's because it's first experience for everything. That's why first remains so special.
yeah. So first is always the first. Okay. First is always the first. So with the first baby, with the first pregnancy, with the first pregnancy, there are so much challenges, and you are not living in India where the mother or grandmother is there to guide you about the baby. I knew my wife when we had first baby, she was living in my home, and like back in Lahore, Pakistan. My mom was with them. My sister-in-law, she is a gynecologist, like living in the down floor, and her grandmother, every help is there. But your wife, no help with the first baby, the most important thing for anyone. And she went and she learned driving, she took the driving lessons, she went, she worked for that day and arranged money. So, round of applause to her. Really,
Thank you.
really deep respect for her. Okay, Sudha, I have nothing else to say. Please go ahead. You are her coach from start till end.
Yeah, Deepak, I mean, I don't know how many times I've pushed you to continue. I mean, you were on and off, on and off. I mean, you should have cleared long ago. I always tell you, Deepak, I thought you will be the first in batch 6 to clear.
Uh-huh.
So I always told you earlier also, right? So, yeah, but I'm extremely happy that you cleared and congratulations. And that's all I have to say. I mean, yeah.
Okay. So, Deepak, let's take back a little bit into more context. Why it took you long time? Because when we had our first conversation, okay, when we had our first conversation, you were extremely motivated to get it done in that time. And your batchmates did. It's not
Yes.
like your batchmate didn't do, your batchmates did. And you are a good student. Whenever I used to ask about you, Sudha always says, he's slow, but he's good. He's slow. So what was the challenge here? The other people don't have that.
One answer, fear of failure.
And what was the, like, you see my record, and today's seventh, like while we are talking, Ishfaq just cleared from Saudi Arabia. So this is like all the people are clearing. So why you were confused that you will not pass?
It, it was actually fear of failure. To put it in simple context, to elaborate it, uh, I'm a very good procrastinator, very good at it. I try to push everything apart, keep myself to the comfort zone I could. I do travel a lot, but I try to keep myself into the comfort zone. Whenever I get into exam, the muscle that I've never used before, because I have to sit for 4 hours, I have to do it. Um, Doing one set of exam, passing it, let's say I do a 60, uh, I get a good mark, which I feel like more than 75 or 80%. I feel motivated, okay. But when I do the second 60 immediately after 10 minutes, things get sideways because I couldn't put full concentration in there. So it goes, how much longer I have to be here? How much time I have to take this test up, even though I know the answers. I was a little stressed. Okay, so what will be the outcome? So I was always worried about the outcome of the exam even before I take any mock exams. So which put me a little bit on the back seat, and also it was the first pregnancy, and I had a lot of appointments with the doctor that I have to go, come back, also schedule time for it. The moment I realized that this is something wrong with me is when I told that mantra, the answer is somewhere in the question and the options. So that is with that. I think that I came up in my mind around August and September. Then okay, so that is when I came out of that fear. Okay, let me start doing it. Let me be consistent. So so I keep myself. I would read at least 2 lines of your booklet. I wouldn't do more. At least 2 lines or 3 lines to start with, and then I develop myself. So even A week ago, you released a new booklet, and the new booklet is awesome. It really has everything. The old one was good.
Are you talking about PMP checklist?
No, the booklet that you.
The corrected booklet is what he means.
This one or this one?
The one on your left hand. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So this one, I had the old copy of it. The old copy is good, but the new copy is much more detailed. It's much more elaborate, simple words.
The first one I
Like,
wrote myself. The last one, the entire team wrote it. To be very true, the first one I wrote it in batch 11, in Sudha's batch, when Sudha was learning, when Sudha was making mind map. I wrote it, and this one, the entire team took the liberty of, like, Sudha was not in the meeting, she read it. Then Abdur Rahim, who is my PGMP coach, he also read it, he corrected it. So the entire team basically went through it. So yeah, it was, that's why it's
a lot
best.
of effort.
Yeah.
It was very easy. The time that I saw that booklet, before I took the last two full mocks, I read that booklet. It was very easy for me. So when I go in there was one question there, like scope statement is done. What is the answer? The answer was gather requirements. Like, how can it even be possible? Because I know, I just read the booklet. It clearly says this is the step, and it was very easier for me to do it. And during the last two mocks is when I realized that there are only 4 or 5 questions that is available on PMP. What I mean by that is either they are going to ask what did the project manager has to do first, what did he has to do next, what he has to do in general, and how he has to get through this situation, and then the last one is what should the scrum master do. So these are the 5 major questions of all PMP questions even I got on the actual exam. And I wouldn't say it is a shortcut, but keeping this in mind, I exactly know this is what is the question going to be. And when I approach the question, I approach it in the same way. So even when I start reading the first line, I keep this in mind. Either the question is going to be with these 5 things. So when I read the question, I already know the answer even before I go to the option. So it was easier for me to get through the answers and answer it. So that ideology I actually developed during the last 2 mocks, which was easy. And even on the group, I asked the question, how should I answer all these 4 questions? They said, no, there's no specific shortcut. It depends on the situation, but these are the questions that gets.
Okay. Acha, Deepak, in addition to that, what else do you think was the challenge that other people can do, and we can look into that those people don't have? You see, I am saying it to you, Sudha is saying it to you, still you are not accepting, and this is a very important concern for me. Okay, this is a very important concern. I take it very seriously. What I could have done, what I could have, or Sudha could have done, that you have given the exam
Sooner.
sooner. Of course, you gave it, you cleared it. So what
Okay.
we could have done, and so that is a very important topic here, right? And I am recording it so that we can also remember what, because you have the best facilitator. Let me put it this way, Sudha, from, like, I had Hassan Trimzi before, Laiba, Avaz, then Anam. Right now I have 15 other facilitators. From all the facilitators, Sudha is simply the best. So what I could have done differently?
From my point of view, I would say nothing different. It is the personal perspective of when we wanted to book the exam, because I had the fear of failure, first thing. Second thing, I didn't prioritize.
You are being very kind. I don't want that. You are being
Okay.
very kind. I want it tactical. I want it step. Like, let me make it. You do not trust. You are worried. I will lose. I will lose the money. I'm not sure how I will pay the examination fees. What I will do. There is another conflict there, etc., etc. I know that. But is from your side, you already explained. I'm not interested in that. What I am asking is a checklist, is a tactic, is something which me or Sudha have done it. We are doing it with some students. Like, as soon as they do in the class, we made them book the exam. Okay. What else we could have done? I know you will say nothing, but what if there is something we could do?
Amar, I don't want to answer this because I do not know the question. I do not know the answer.
That's okay.
Yeah, I do not know the answer because I can only speak for myself. There's nothing for me that you could have done differently, so I could have booked it better. It is always on me because I did not have the confidence to take the exam sooner. But
Mm.
yes, if you want me to recommend for another student of yours, not others, but for yours, the moment that they complete classes and they complete a specific set of what is that mock exams, they are good to start the exam. I could have done it if I was the person who I was after August or September with a different mindset that I developed for myself. I could have given the exam by August itself.
So
Yeah, that
maybe we should have forced you to give the exam.
exactly. So
Maybe
yeah,
we should have asked you to book the exam immediately. Maybe.
yes,
Sudha,
yes. So that could be done. And
any
because
insight?
based on that, that is when once I have the exam date, that is when I was able to backtrack it because the moment time comes nearby, then I went to Sudha and I said, Sudha, roadmap, please. I have to start. Even think about it. I am supposed to have my baby on December 5. I had my baby on December 1st, and I booked my exam on December 15th. The most stressful time is when the baby is born because when the baby is within the womb, I just have to take care of the mother. I don't have to do anything else. Eat good food, fine, no crying, no tantrums. But after the baby is born, that's when we had to have more time with the baby or fix things up. But I was able to give the exam on December 15th even after the baby was born, which means I could have given it much earlier. It was only the commitment and the push that is required, saying that you can do it, do it. This is the roadmap. So if the roadmap is given much earlier, uh, I think I would have booked it before. But it is a wrong statement that I could make because I was given the roadmap, but I was not clear if that was the right roadmap. So to get me into conflict, okay, this much items that I have to do, how is it possible? It was because it looks a lot, but as as I take your mantra saying one is better than zero, I just do one mock. If I can't do two, I do one. Or even if I sometimes I didn't do 60 questions one shot. I did 30 and then I did the next 30 early morning next day. Because I want to do something, so I started slow. Moment times comes into it, there is a crunching there. Then I started putting a lot of effort into it and then push myself to do the exam.
Okay, I'll take it. I'll respect that and I'll take it from there. Gee, Sudha, anything else you want to ask?
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good journey. What do you think about our follow-up?
Is that a question to me, Sudha?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the money that I paid is mainly for that. That is what I thought because no other proctor would have this process like taking care of their students, uh, like being in a college or being in an university where the proctor or the dean would ask, where is your thesis, what is happening, what's the status of it. Nobody would care because we are grown-ups and PMP is not like a newbie can take it. They must have a 3 to 5 years experience, and with that I still have the student syndrome to have someone follow up, do everything by the deadline. So if someone who has student syndrome, they should straight away pick your class. No other classes. No, no other classes. And it is not specific to them. It is also about other personal needs or personal priorities that they might have, which they can put PMP on the backseat. And a class like this would help them keep them on track. And I really love the way that it was formulated and the follow-ups was on time. So Sudha is so even doing follow-up, if let's say I was Sudha, I would have gone mad. Because the moment she asks someone to do something, they might say, I'm going to do it. But ultimately they might have not done it. But Sudha never gets tensed on that. She still has the same pace, same patience, and she comes down to it saying that you are at this point. Now I'm expecting you to go to at this point. What is the best effort that you can put to get to that point?
Thank
So
you.
she finds that ethos and pathos within the within that circle, and then she plays around. It was very very easy for me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It has been a
Thank
beautiful
you.
journey and it ended in a positive way. And
Yes.
really, really proud of you. Really proud of you the way you did and every single thing that we looked into that. So I'm very happy that we can do it. And kudos to your wife who
Thank you.
made sure like that you become certified PMP and she stayed with you till the end and I'm really proud. Thank you very much and I
Thank
wish you
you.
best of
Thank you so
luck for the future endeavors, brother. I wish you
much.
the
Yeah,
He
thank you
he
very
should
much,
give a
Amar.
picture with his wife.
yes, that thanks to the that's a good idea. Like you
Let me see if I can ping her again just to ask her come here.
oh, that's okay. That's
Maybe
perfect.
with the baby.
Yeah,
That's okay.
you can send the picture, and that will be more than enough. So the it has been one of the best journey that I have seen. It was long,
Yeah.
it was long, but it was well worth it.
Yeah, it was worthful. Yeah.
Yesterday I asked him,
Worthwhile.
"Can we record a journey right now?" He said it. I'm driving on snow for 2 hours, so it will be difficult. Like even in the exam day, he had challenge, but I'm happy those challenges were worth it at the end of the day. Thank you, Deepak. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
Thank you.
You
Thank you,
said
Deepak.
together. Okay?
Yeah.
Sure,
And
sure.
10
Thank you.
questions, Deepak.
Yeah,
10
Deepak,
questions.
this is a very important thing. Each one, teach one is the mantra here. And I'm gonna request you, as Sudha is saying, 10 questions. Please make those 10 questions and share with us. Okay?
Definitely.
I do not want to disturb your wife. I know the again, baby is the most important thing. So maybe some of that. Okay, Deepak.
Yeah. Definitely not a
Okay.
problem. But
Thank you.
Amar, I'm going to stay in touch with you for the next time to meet you. Okay.
Sure, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here for you. Oman, Saudi Arabia. Whatever you need, whenever you need. Okay? Thank you. Thank you very
Yep.
much.
Thank you.
you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
a lot.